Hi friends, you are watching Cricket with Raghuram. It was the final T20 between India and England played at Narendra Modi Stadium, Ahmedabad. We knew that India and England were levelled at 2-2, and whoever wins this particular match is going to win that particular trophy for which they were playing for. They would win the T20 series, obviously. India batted first, and guess what? They put a mammoth 224 runs on board. It was a pleasant scenario to see India cross the 200 figure mark batting first. Virat Kohli in the previous match also had said that they wanted to check out their potentials, how better they can fare batting first, and if they can really defend the totals what they have put on the board. And even in the previous match we had seen that India had just put 185 runs on the board and had successfully defended that particular score in the edge of the seat thriller, and had won that particular match by 8 runs. But here India were far away from those 185 runs. They had put even more runs on the board. 224 was looking scary pictures on the board, but we know that England is a really good team and they bat deep, and England on their given day could definitely chase down that big target. Okay, before seeing what England did with that particular total, let's see who contributed towards that 224 which India put on the board. Virat Kohli decided that he is going to open with Rohit Sharma. So it came in as a surprise, but it was a very pleasant surprise, good surprise. Good surprise because it clicked for India. Virat Kohli got good runs, and Rohit Sharma also got good runs. They looked like a new ferocious combo. Rohit Sharma gave a superb start for India, and he scored 64 runs in just 34 balls with 4 boundaries and 5 mighty sixes. Seeing Virat Kohli, it was a mixture of caution with aggression. I think the role of Virat Kohli was very clear. He is going to hold one end, rotate the strike, and punish the odd balls, and allow the other batsmen to take on the rampage on the opposition bowlers, whoever came to the other end. So obviously Virat Kohli would be the savior, and the other batsmen would be the aggressor. In this particular instance, in the opening partnership, we could see Rohit Sharma being more aggressive and scoring those runs in a very ferocious mood. I thought even Rohit Sharma deserved to get that century. So because he had already scored those 60 odd runs by the 10th over when he got out, if he would have stayed till the end of the match, that would have been a different scenario. Ever if that happens, even in future, India would probably be the first team to reach that 300 run mark or 300 plus in T20s. We never know. What a batsman Rohit Sharma is. After the dismissal of Rohit Sharma, in came Suryakumar Yadav. So India had tasted the tiger in Suryakumar Yadav in the previous match, where he was promoted to 1 down. Virat Kohli has pushed himself down in this particular match. Virat Kohli lifted himself to the top position, so to play with his opening partner Rohit Sharma, and they did not disturb the place of Suryakumar Yadav. Suryakumar Yadav was kept at 1 down, and once again Suryakumar Yadav played a superb cameo, a brilliant violent cameo. Suryakumar Yadav scored 32 runs in just 17 balls. 32 runs in 17 balls was really fascinating to see. Again, Virat Kohli was the silent partner. He was punishing the odd ball, getting the runs. Nobody was even noticing Virat Kohli gather so many runs towards the end. Of course, Virat Kohli went not out at last with that 80 runs to his credit. 80 runs is really huge. Even he looked good for a century if it weren't for Rohit Sharma and Suryakumar Yadav and Hardik Pandya playing those violent innings at the other end. Much for the disappointment of Suryakumar Yadav, who was looking good to get his second consecutive 50 or even a bigger score. There was a superb catch at the boundary wherein Jordan held the running catch in his single hand, threw the ball to Jason Roy and crossed the boundary. Jason Roy, who was waiting there, caught the ball easily and finished the catch. So that combo catch which came off the bowling of Adil Rashid ended Suryakumar's brilliant innings. But Suryakumar would have thought, why me, boss? Why you people are, why these things are happening to me? In the first match, the poor guy was out for a catch, which was given as out by the third umpire. The fielder had clearly soiled the ball. The technology was used. It was very clearly seen that the ball has touched the ground, and the fielder had not completed the catch. Still, third umpire gave Suryakumar Yadav out in the previous match, and in this particular match it had to be a perfect combo catch to dismiss Suryakumar Yadav. So he would consider himself ill-fated for those two dismissals. But still brilliantly played, young man. Suryakumar Yadav, second consecutive brilliant innings for him. At that particular point, India was looking to build up a mammoth total, and then came Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya, the Superman, he scored 39 runs in just 17 balls and finished with style for India, with India piling up 224 runs on board. And what to tell about the innings of Virat Kohli, the great Virat Kohli. He scored 80 runs in 52 balls, and he too remained not out. And his contribution and his elevation, especially to #1 spot, playing there with Rohit Sharma, building a big partnership, staying with Suryakumar Yadav, encouraging the young man, and then coming with Pandya and making that clean finish, going not out on 80 runs was really terrific, and his contribution towards the win of this particular match and the series is really immense. Virat Kohli further in the presentation after India won the match announced that he is going to open in the future T20s including IPL. I am not sure whether he should have announced that, but Virat Kohli has made an announcement, and probably it looks like he would be opening in international T20s as well as IPL for India and Royal Challengers Bengaluru respectively. He believes that the best batsmen in the team need to get more balls to play, and isn't it fascinating to see Captain V play right at the top and get good runs as well as big runs for India? It will. Let's wait and see. In the second innings, India got a perfect start when India dismissed Jason Roy, the dangerous Jason Roy, very early. But Joss Buttler and Malan came out of the syllabus for India, and they batted superbly, and they scored runs in such fast pace that it looked like England were in a hurry to win the match. What brilliant batting by Joss Buttler and Malan. Buttler, leave him alone. Malan, who had given good starts in the previous matches, and for the name and fame he carries with his name, wasn't looking brilliant in the previous matches, and suddenly he shone out of nowhere and he started smashing the ball. He looked aggressive and he looked like single-handedly winning the match for England. India were really seeing the threat of losing this particular match in spite of posing the 224 on board, with Buttler and Malan playing so brilliantly. When Bhuvneshwar Kumar dismissed Joss Buttler in the 13th over, Joss Buttler had made 52 runs in just 34 balls, and England were cruising towards victory with 130 runs on board, having lost 2 wickets and still having 8 wickets in hand. Malan, of course, was living dangerously. Malan scored 68 runs in 46 balls. What a batting! And then came that turning point, and then came that 15th over, and then came Shardul Thakur with a brilliant over there, dismissing the dangerous looking Malan and Bairstow in space of 3 balls. And with that, he brought India right into the match. England never recovered from that particular point, and eventually England finished at 188 for 8. At the end of 20th over, India were all smiles, much to the disappointment of England. India had won the match by 36. They had not only won this match, but they had won the T20 series and also put their hands on the trophy. Coming to the bowling department of India, India had played 1 bowler extra, sacrificing 1 batsman. T. Natarajan was brought into the team. He bowled okay in the context of the match. Shardul Thakur was costly, but he brought the turning point in the 15th over from where India won the match. All his mistakes forgiven. Shardul Thakur took 3 wickets. Hardik Pandya was the first change. Just like in the previous match, he bowled superbly. He bowled his 4 overs and just gave away 34 runs while taking 1 wicket. Washington Sundar was there, but he was not at all utilized. He was just given 1 over, and in that 1 over, Sundar couldn't do much. And let me tell something about this man, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. He is as miser as possible in almost all the matches. We have seen him in many T20 matches, in IPL matches. Whenever Bhuvi finishes his spell will be really astonishing, where batsmen would dominate particular matches. He would have bowled superb spells, in fact match winning spells also. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar bowled 4 overs. He was as tight and as consistent as possible. He took 2 wickets. That was not very much important, though wickets are also important. The number of runs he gave in 4 overs, just 15 runs. Just guess, 15 runs in 4 overs and taking 2 wickets. And what would you expect from your key bowler to do in the particular match? Wouldn't the captain be really thrilled and fascinated by his performance? In the match where the bat dominated over the ball, the batsmen from both the teams were hitting the ball with will and punishing the bowlers, Bhuvaneshwar to bowl that particular tight spell and win the match for India was really noticeable. His efforts were definitely noticed, and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar was rightly adjudged the player of the match. Didn't he really deserve it? In the match where the batsman dominated, a bowler getting the man of the match honors, it's really great to see. Big clap for Bhuvaneshwar Kumar for that wonderful spell, which won not only this match but also the series for India. Virat Kohli, King Kohli, for his useful contributions in 3 matches, walked away with man of the series honors. Hearty congratulations to Team India for winning the T20 series, apart from winning the Test series just before the T20 series. And now we have 3 ODIs to come. I wish India come up with the same mindset of winning these matches and also probably win the ODI series against England. I am visualizing 3 good matches between India and England in the ODI series. Thanks for watching my video. If you loved my video, kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll catch up with you all in my next video with more cricketing news. Until then, goodbye. Namaste.